My name is Masayuki Shinjo. Until 2 years ago, I lived in the city, but now I moved back to my hometown in the countryside. One day, I received a message from a middle school classmate asking what I've been up to lately. What I'm up to lately? I've been working? When I told him over line that I had moved back home.
Oh, you're living here now? Let's all get together for drinks.
He replied back in an instant. As expected of the hyper-extrovert who could talk to anyone, I'm envious. I was extremely hesitant, but I realized I hadn't really interacted with anyone since moving back home, so I agreed to the drinking party. However, I hadn't agreed to have it at my house. On the day of the party, my former classmate showed up at my place, being overly excited despite it being just guys. I stood there at a loss. Apparently, when these hyper-extroverts learned I was living in a countryside house, they immediately decided we should drink at Masayuki's place. Before I knew it, my house had been chosen as a venue. These extroverts had just decided on the venue with such high spirits. Thinking that, I reluctantly accepted since the house was spacious.
Huh, so this is Masayuki's house. We heard you live in an attached house, but...
What is that silence? Their expressions clearly said it was shabby without words. And among the classmates I was meeting after so long was Kazuya Kondo, who had always made fun of me during our school days. Why did Kazuya come too? Probably to make fun of me, right? Yeah, that must be it. I was quiet and reserved during school, but having Kazuya show up at the drinking party gave me a bad feeling. And that feeling turned out to be right. After the drinking party started, I realized it deeply. Kazuya, who had been quiet at first, started making fun of me as they got drunk.
What club were you in during middle school again? Ah, right, the literature club. You're always holed up in the club room. And you were always so timid, right? Your voice was small too. Hey, Kazuya, that's enough. We're meeting after so long.
Our classmates tried to stop Kazuya after seeing this, but Kazuya's snide remarks only escalated.
I get it now. Masayuki ran back to the countryside because he couldn't make it in the city.
What?
Now you're just living as a hikikomori here, right?
Hikikomori? While I was speechless in shock, Kazuya laughed loudly, mocking me.
You're just a need in the countryside. Meanwhile, I work for a major company.
True, I had chosen to return it because I preferred the countryside to the city. Everyone was drinking, and the other classmates were getting uncomfortable too, so I lost the will to argue back and just let them say what they wanted.
At this rate, you'll never get a girlfriend, and marriage is just a pipe dream. No woman would fall for such a loser. Kazuya, you're going too far!
Kazuya seemed to be having a great time making fun of me, continuing to berate me despite our classmates' visible discomfort. Then Kazuya brazenly crashed at my place and left the next day, practically being dragged away by our classmates. A few days later, I had visitors. Since they had made an appointment beforehand, I greeted them in a kimono.
Masayuki sensei, I'm Koharu Ando from the Web's magazine editorial department. I'm such a big fan!
What? A big fan? Ando's eyes were sparkling as she met me. Then why is Kazuya here?
You...
While I was internally confused, I looked next to Ando, see a pale Kazuya pointing at me with trembling fingers.
I'm so happy to meet my beloved Masayuki sensei. After all, Masayuki sensei is a popular young author. And fans are eagerly awaiting for your new works. Of course, our magazine is doing a special feature. And the fans are already looking forward to your exhibition too.
Exhibition? Masayuki is a popular young author?
Oh, excuse me, Masayuki sensei. This is my subordinate, Kondo. Come on, introduce yourself, Kondo.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise. Ando had been so focused on me that she hadn't noticed the pale Kazuya beside her. But this is such a strange situation. Kazuya, who had been drinking here just the other day, is now back in a suit. Kazuya greeted me in a small voice, pushed by Ando's enthusiasm. That day, I was scheduled to be interviewed by Ando, the editor-in-chief at the company that produces web magazines. The company where she worked was a subsidiary of a major corporation, and Kazuya worked there as her subordinate.
Your photos are wonderful, Masayuki sensei, but you're even more amazing in person.
Huh, is that so?
The kimono really suits you too.
I had worn the kimono to look proper for the magazine interview, and it seemed to have been the right choice. I led the high-spirited Ando and the still pale, trembling Kazuya to the guest room.
Masayuki sensei moved here because you wanted to create in a more natural setting rather than in the city, right?
Yes, this house happened to be for sale. And while it's in the countryside, it's my hometown, so I thought I could create peacefully here.
It's really the perfect house.
Though Kazuya had looked at this house with disdain.
Masayuki's being called sensei by Senior Ando? Are you kidding me?
Kazuya was now walking at the very back of the group, muttering something. Apparently, it was unexpected that I was an author and being called sensei. Come to think of it, Kazuya had mistaken me for a hikikomori NEET. After that, I showed Ando and Kazuya to the guest room and immediately began the interview with Ando. After the interview, I served tea to a very satisfied Ando and Kazuya, who was still looking around the room in confusion. It was your first time seeing this room, right, Kazuya? You were in a different room during the drinking party.
What? Yes.
When I spoke to him, Kazuya jumped in surprise.
What? You two know each other?
Yes, Kazuya and I were middle school classmates. I had no idea he worked at your company, Ando. It was quite a surprise earlier.
Senior Ando, you had no idea I knew Masayuki?
Well, I was just so excited to be in front of my beloved Masayuki sensei.
Ando was blushing bright red. How cute! We actually had a drinking party here with Kazuya and other classmates recently.
A drinking party? How wonderful! I'm so jealous of a drinking party with Masayuki sensei.
What? Hey, Masayuki!
It was just a classmate reunion, nothing to be jealous of. I was quite reserved and quiet during school, so Kazuya didn't know I was an author and thought I was a hikikomori NEET.
What? What are you saying in front of Senior?
What? Before I knew it, Kazuya had turned blue and was sweating profusely. Following his gaze, I saw Ando giving Kazuya a cold stare.
Kondo, you thought sensei was a hikikomori NEET?
Well, that's because Masayuki was always so... kind of there, but not there.
As Kazuya stumbled over their words in panic, Ando's expression became even more serious. Is Ando angry? Kazuya is panicking too. While I was surprised, Ando continued to stare at Kazuya and angrily declared,
How could you say such a thing? You shouldn't say such disrespectful things about someone's background without knowing their diligent efforts.
Ando. Ando was angry not as Kazuya's boss, but as an individual.
Masayuki has always worked diligently on his ratings. He earned his current position as an author through his own ability and by winning awards. You were just an immature middle school student back then too, weren't you?
Well, that's true.
It's childish to keep bringing up the past and make fun of someone. How immature.
Immature.
After being sharply scolded by Ando, Kazuya was left speechless. Ando looks bright and cute, but she really knows how to speak seriously to people. It's amazing. I should learn from her. While admiring Ando, I offered exhibition tickets to the scolded, pale, shrinking Kazuya and the angry Koharu. These tickets are for the exhibition you're featuring. Please, come if you'd like.
Really? Is that okay?
Of course, Kazuya, you should come too.
Fine.
Kazuya looked at me hesitantly, but nodded reluctantly. A month later, Ando and Kazuya came together to the exhibition that had begun.
Hello, Masayuki-sensei. It's amazing. So many fans are moved by your work.
Ando called out to me cheerfully, with Kazuya becoming even smaller behind her.
Did Masayuki really write this? And an exhibition in such a huge venue. Is this really that Masayuki?
Kazuya was staring at my work with her mouth agape. Thank you so much for everything, Ando. Thanks to the wonderful feature you put together, we have such a great turnout.
Oh, I'm so happy that Sensei is pleased.
Ando's bright red. Somehow it makes me feel embarrassed too. When I expressed my gratitude, she suddenly turned red and started fidgeting, avoiding my gaze.
Please, tell me anything, anytime.
What? Anything?
Yes, I'll do anything for Sensei.
What? Apparently absorbed in talking to me, Ando suddenly realized what she said and became even more flustered. Seeing Ando like this made me turn red too. I can tell that Ando truly respects me as an author. It makes me very happy. She scolded Kazuya for me, clearly saw me for who I am and loves my work. Watching Ando smile shyly in front of me made my heart feel warm.
Wow, I'm shocked, Masayuki.
Suddenly, Kazuya shouted in the middle of the exhibition hall, pointing at me. Kazuya, why are you shouting all of a sudden?
Because it's so funny.
Kazuya looked at me with a grin, the same expression they had when making fun of me in middle school.
Hey, everyone listen! I'm Masayuki's classmate. And even though he's called Masayuki-sensei now, he was totally different before.
Kazuya, what are you saying? Apparently, Kazuya couldn't stand seeing me, whom he had made fun of, holding an exhibition.
Kondo, stop! This is Sensei's exhibition.
Ando hurriedly tried to stop him as he suddenly started addressing the visitors, but Kazuya wouldn't stop. Instead, he spoke even louder to mock me.
This guy was a total loner in school, quiet and gloomy, always hiding in the literature club room. He was so invisible in class, you could barely tell if he was there or not, and when he spoke in class, his voice was so tiny. He's acting all impressive now, but he was totally different. What a disappointment, right?
Kazuya tried to rile up the crowd and laugh at me, just like he used to do in class. The venue quickly fell silent.
Look at this, Masayuki! You're not the kind of person who belongs in a place like this!
Kazuya said with a triumphant smirk. But I calmly replied to Kazuya. This is my public profile.
Huh? Public profile?
In my calm response, Kazuya's mouth fell open, question marks flying above his head. So I showed him my public profile on my phone. When I won the reward, I published my entire background. I often got asked what I was like in school, so I decided to put it in my profile from the start.
The profile says, during school I was quiet and reserved, always hiding in the literature club room. That was such an unremarkable student in class that you could barely tell if I was there or not.
Yeah, I say the same things in interviews too, because it's the truth. When I said this matter-of-factly, Kazuya stared at me with wide eyes. While it might be something to make fun of for Kazuya, for me, it was all necessary to reach my current position as an author. So I don't mind if I was gloomy or a loner, or if Kazuya bullied me in the past.
That person bullied Masayuki-sensei during school?
When the visitors who had been eavesdropping on our exchange heard this, they glared at Kazuya with angry eyes.
How awful. Our noble Masayuki-sensei was tormented by such a crude person.
Tormented? No, I didn't do that!
How dare you try to deem our angel Masayuki-sensei?
Angel? What's that about?
Before he knew it, Kazuya was surrounded by my fans.
But you heard what I said! It was just a gloomy nobody!
What were you listening to? Masayuki-sensei might have been quiet and spent time in the literature room, but now he's worked hard and has fans nationwide. He's wonderful and a bit of an airhead, but that's what makes him such a cute angel.
What are you even talking about?
Masayuki-sensei's fans are a bit intense in their love for sensei, aren't they?
Yeah, seems so. Wait, I didn't know I was called an angel.
Well, I'm one of those Masayuki-sensei's lovers too.
What? Ando! After saying this to me, Ando strode up to Kazuya, who was now pale and surrounded by fangirls.
Kondo?
Senior Ando, help me! I'm being attacked by these crazy ladies who are fans of Masayuki!
Kondo, you publicly mocked an author at their important event. You're a disgrace as an editor.
A disgrace as an editor?
While I wasn't particularly hurt by Kazuya's public outburst, Ando was angry that he had mocked me at such an important event.
I'll be reporting all of your inappropriate behavior today to management.
No! Wait, Senior Ando!
Hey, you need to listen to us properly. That's right. We're gonna teach you all about Masayuki-sensei's charms.
I don't need that!
Kazuya turned pale and panicked, but he was immediately subjected to more criticism from the fangirls. After that, Kazuya was chased out of the exhibition hall by the women. The gallery returned to its peaceful state, with happy fangirls calmly reviewing the works. While watching the scene, I turned to Ando, who was also watching with a happy expression, and said, Would you like to come visit my house again?
What? To Masayuki-sensei's house?
Yes. I'd like to celebrate the success of this exhibition together. Would you like to have a drink with me if you're interested?
Is it really okay? Someone like me?
I want it to be you, Ando. Thanks to you, this exhibition was a success. I'm so happy that you've always been my fan.
Masayuki, yes, I have been and will always be your biggest fan.
When I nervously invited Ando, she blushed and nodded very happily. And so, Ando and I made plans to meet again. But before that, I had more visitors to my house. This happened after things had settled down following the exhibition.
We deeply apologize for the tremendous trouble our employees caused you, Sensei.
Please raise your head, President Ando. Company President Ando had come to apologize for Kazuya's behavior at the exhibition venue.
Kondo had caused multiple problems in the other departments of our subsidiary company before, looking down on other employees, taking an arrogant attitude with customers. But the president said he was still young and transferred him to a department, trying to keep him employed somehow.
However, after this incident, we had to take strict disciplinary action.
Kazuya had been employed out of the company's mercy, but despite receiving numerous warnings and guidance from the company, he made no effort to improve. Then this incident occurred, and Kazuya finally had to leave the company.
Help me! I got fired from the company! I have to pay severance! I have no money or place to go! Kazuya, there are rumors about you. What? Rumors? Yeah, apparently you made fun of Masayuki at his important exhibition, just like you did back at school. You haven't changed at all from those days. We're adults now. You, Masayuki, all of us are different from back then. Even at the drinking party at Masayuki's house, I thought that we can't be friends anymore with someone who keeps bringing up the past to mock others. No!
After leaving the company, Kazuya tried to rely on their friends. But apparently none of them, including the hyper-extrovert, would help. After seeing how terribly Kazuya had treated me at the drinking party at my house, even our friends had finally had enough of Kazuya.
I can't believe I get to drink with Masayuki-sensei!
You're making me blush with all this excitement. After that, Ando and I continued to interact, and our relationship grew closer. Well, it's been quite a journey. Let's finally toast the success of the exhibition. Cheers!
Cheers!
Drinking together with Ando in this spacious house surrounded by nature. It seems this will become one of my precious memories from now on.
Wasn't that lovely? Like and subscribe for more videos. See you again!